Okay, now what we want to do is you've got an idea of what our strategy is like, what our tools are like. You also have an idea of how to use focus mitts. Now what you want to do is get out there with your partner and train it live with them. So it's kind of like a middle ground between sparring and actually hitting focus mitts. What we're looking for here is the first 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2. That's kind of the idea in that section, because when you have a fight, the exchange is the first 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. We call it 3 hands deep. That's kind of the idea. So we'll start to build up these drills 3 hands deep, and then I'll show you how we can add other elements to them and start to make it much more of a free flow. Okay, stick with me, I'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look at our first 3 beat jab drill. Now, what's very important in these 3 beats is when I fire a shot, it's a 1, 2, 3 idea. When I give that shot though, he's gonna fill the gap with a quick jab of his own, and then I'm gonna jab again. So it's like 1, 2, 3, real quick. It's not this kind of a thing. 1, 2, 3. This is not the idea we want. That's almost like 3 separate exchanges. Okay, you see what I'm saying? If I go here 1, wait, he goes 2, wait, I go. That's not the idea I want. The way I want it is gonna be like this. And then we move. So that's the idea that when I whip it out, boom, I'm ready for it back. So here you notice what we're doing is I'm whipping a jab, he's catching it, firing a jab right back. I catch his and fire it back. So it's like almost like a counter for counter for counter. That's the idea. So we'll move a little bit. Sometimes he starts. Sometimes I'll go. That's going to be your first drill. Make sure your hands are up, chin is tucked, in a good position. You have your stance right. This time, let's take a look at the 3 beat cross drill. When he goes to give me the cross, go ahead, I shoulder roll. You see that? So the cool thing about these drills is we start to make contact. I either get out of the way and he misses, which is okay, or he hits me on the back of my shoulder because I remove my head. Here comes the cross, boom! You see, I get out of the way with the shoulder roll so he hits my back. But immediately, I have to fire across with my back. So see, go 1, 2, 3, and then we move. All right, he starts. 1, 2, 3, and then we move. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. I start. 1, 2, 3. We move. He goes. 1, 2, 3. I start. 1, 2, 3. So if you notice, we're keeping this distance, we're bridging the gap, and we're both going forward and back. The drill doesn't look like this. Very important you see that. If you notice, when I come for my cross, I'm doing everything. He fires back, I fire back. That's kind of the idea. We want to be perfect with our movement. This is your 3 beat cross drill. Okay, this time let's take a look at another variation. This time, this is called the 3 beat jab, jab, hook drill, okay? This time what ends up happening is instead of us going counter for counter on the first 2 beats, for example, go jab, and I fire that back. This time, he gets 2 jabs in on the first 2 beats. Okay, go ahead. So he gets those 2 jabs in. Other side. So what I'm looking to do is, I catch the first jab, slip the second one, body hook, and come back out. Okay? So move around. Ready? Go ahead. You can see sometimes what I did there was I did a jab shoulder roll cross, which looks like this. Okay. And other times I went for jab, slip on your hook to the body. So jab, slip on the inside hook to the body. Or I went jab, shoulder roll, cross. It's kind of what I want you to see. You can play with all of them. A few times I had to do the shoulder roll because that's where the movement led me. Okay, the next set of the 3 beat idea, we're progressing, we're gonna add a few more shots. So this is called 2 for 2 for 2. What that means is I'm gonna throw two punches, he's gonna counter them, he's gonna throw 2 punches, I'm gonna counter them, and then I'm going to throw 2 punches back. That's kind of the idea, but it's still in that bam, bam, bam rhythm where I go, he goes, I go. That's the important theme that you can notice throughout all of our drills. Either I initiate or he initiates. And somebody does something in the middle, and somebody does something in the end. That's kind of the idea. So you could go 1 for 1 for 1, which would be like this. Go jab. See that? 1 for 1 for 1. Okay? Or what we're going to do now is go 2 for 2 for 2. So for that, what's going to happen is he's going to go jab cross. My shoulder roll. I come back with a cross of my own. I come with a hook. Okay? Now from here, he's going to launch to do a hook of his own. I cover, he throws a cross, and I cover. Okay, that's kind of the idea. We're just learning to play like that with each other. So this is called 2 for 2 for 2. Okay? So he starts. So see, we're learning to isolate and actually hit. With the good padded gloves on, we can make contact like we would be in a real fight. Okay, let's take a look at 2 for 2 for 3. That means I throw 2 punches, he checks, counters, he throws 2 punches back, I counter, evade, and I fire 3 of mine back. Just a simple idea for you to get used to throwing these into different rhythms. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, on this one over here, I come first with my jab and my cross. Jab, cross, okay? He initiates a cross back. Now from here, I bob and weave his hook. Fire a cross of my own. I move, hook, we move, cross. If you notice when we do these drills, we're moving a lot. My feet are going to move slightly differently every time because we're actually moving back and forth, working forward pressure. If there's no forward pressure, the drills are useless because you're doing them in place. Play the other side, please. Okay, so let's take a look. Bam, 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 boom, bam, bam. That's the idea, you gotta work it nice and smooth. Okay, this time we're gonna continue forward. We're still gonna look at the 3 beats, but this time we're gonna insert some boxing and some trapping. So let's take a look at that same combination that we had earlier, which was a 2-2-3. So at this time, what's gonna end up happening is, after I bob and weave his hook, his hand's up in a good position for me to come back with a trap. Okay, so this is what we look at. So I go jab, and I go for the cross. Fires the cross back. I shoulder roll, I bob and weave this hook. Now right here, there's that trap. Instantaneously, he backs off with that. I go cross, hook, cross. Okay, that's kind of the idea. So I've inserted my trap in the middle. This is how we have to learn to find it. Other side over here. See, we're just playing with each other. Give it a try. Okay, for this next one, what we're going to do is still stick with that 2-2-3 rhythm. But this time, before I get off my final 3, because that's where the trapping hands come into place, I'm going to look for some Ping Choi Guaracha action after I trap it. I'm going to hit the body, trap again, and then go into my boxing. So I'm showing you how in between these beats, we can insert the trapping, continue to the boxing. And so you kind of get to work it live with your partner. Okay, so real slow, take a look at this. Here's the jab, there's the cross. Shoulder roll, hit here. Now here's the opening. I hit over here, I trap again. Now I'm going to go hit him. Hook, cross, hook. Okay, notice how I stay covered. And you have very good boxing form. It's important that you keep that. Okay? Okay, now you have a chance to see how we work our punches in combinations of 1-1-1, 1-2-3, 3-2-1, 2-2-3, something like that. 3 is the highest you kind of want. Now what we want to see is, let's go back to 1-1-1, back to the jab again, where I went jab, catch, jab. Now, when we're doing jab, catch, jab, everything is after. This is an opportunity you get to play with your timing. That means that when we're setting this up, I can go after with my return jab, I can go during with my return jab, or I can go before with my return jab. So what I mean by that is this. Glenn, come on over to this side. Okay, so here was our drill earlier. Ready? You start. Okay, so what's happening there? He goes for the jab, I catch it, I fire, and then he fires one back, okay? But all those responses were after. Okay, now I'm the person working it, I'm the person in the middle, all right? So come on over here, Claire. So this time when he goes to throw, we start the after rhythm. Now when you see the after rhythm going a little bit, now let's see if you can see me do a few during, okay? Ready? Let's move. You see the idea? So same simple drill, except that time I was returning them during and after. Okay, now we're going to do during, after. See if you can see the befores. See the idea? How we can play that one simple drill. I work my before, during, and after timing. Okay, now let's take a look at this concept of the 3 beats, 1 for 1 for 1, with kicking. So the first kick that we want to start off with is the quick shuffle kick. So for this shuffle kick over here, it's really important. I shuffle and I pendulum back. That's the important thing. That you shuffle and that you pendulum back. Now his goal is to return it as I go right back, and then I have to fill it as I come back in the spot over there. Okay? So we'll move it around, I'll initiate, and we move. And we move around. And that's your shuffle kick. 1, 2, 3. Notice it's not this. You can see how much time is being wasted? Look at the timing. Then we move. It's very important. Okay, now let's take a look at 1 for 1 for 1 with the tie kick. The good thing with this training is see me roll my leg instead of getting it out of the way. We also want to condition our leg to be able to take some kicks. So by rolling and absorbing the blow, this is also helping us twice as much. So when we're over here, I go for my tie kick, my rear leg. It's very important that you just don't do this. Okay, if you notice that my tie kick, I have to jump and come back out. Okay, so as I do that, he fills it with a counter kick. I roll and I fill my next one right out. And notice we keep our hands, they stay up, bam, bam, bam. And I want you to see how quick he returns the middle kick. Bam, and we move around. And that's the idea. Okay, this time let's take a look at 1 for 1 for 1 idea with the coup de pied. Okay, I'm going to initiate. Once again, if you notice, I have to get that push shuffle forward, bam, and fire the kick. What he's going to do is he's going to step back and raise his leg. That's what the defense would be. Okay, that's the idea. When after he does that, he steps in with an oblique kick of his own. Boom. Okay, so you're going to fire an oblique kick, not a coup de pied. Okay, so as I go over here, see he fires an oblique kick. Why? Because he's in a closer range. That's what I want you to see. So do a coup de pied to me. So as I'm here, bam, you see how that's a short, tight kick. So that counter is nice and short. That's what I want you to look for. Okay, so as I start, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of the idea we're gonna get. I'm doing a little longer range kick, and he's countering in the short range. All right. So from here, 1, 2, 3. That's the idea. Okay, this time let's do 1 for 1 for 1, but this time let's mix the kicks, depending on the responses. So what I mean by that is, okay, I might do a shuffle kick in. He comes back with a high kick. I come back with a coup de pied. Sorry, come back with a chassé. All right, so let's see, look at this. See how we stay in control. Okay, this time let's take a look at a 2 for 1 for 2 idea with kicks. So that means I initiate with 2 kicks. My partner comes back with a counter 1 quick kick right away after my second kick, and then I come back with 2 kicks of my own. Right. So. This time, let's take a look at 3 for 2 for 2. Once again, with isolating just the kicks. This time, what I like to do is fire that shot. As I fire that shot, this is going to come up and come back down. Okay? Or I can have it go 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I can go low to high or high to low. It all depends on where his is. So let's take a look at this. So my 3 are going to be 1, 2, 3. I come out, he goes 1, 2, 1, 2. It's kind of going to be the idea of how we're going to do it. Okay. Okay, now let's start to combine the punches, the traps, and the kicks all into one flow, using our idea of 1 for 1 for 1, or 2 for 1 for 2, or 3 for 2 for 1. Let's start with 3 for 2 for 1. So what I'm going to do here, since I'm combining, this time I'm looking for a jab, a cross, a rear leg tie kick. He's going to come back and fire a cross of his own because this is going to be a 3 for 1 for 1. And after that, I'm going to fire a tie kick of my own, okay, right after. So let's take a look at this. This is 3 for 1 for 1. Okay, so I jab, I cross, I tie kick. I roll with this cross, and then I fire a tie kick again. Okay, other side. That's going to be the idea. So 1, 2, 3. Roll. Bam. Other side. Okay, let's take a look at 3 for 2 for 3. This time I come in with a punch, cross, and a kick, okay? After that, he comes back with a kick and a punch. After which, I bob and weave his punch, come back with the trap to 2 punches and kicks of my own. So this is kind of the idea. I want you to see how we're starting to build this up, that this is a 3-2-3 idea. But in the middle, I look for a way to evade the punch, trap the hands, and then come back with my own combination. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So, 1, 2, 3. Now from there, after that, he's going to fill it instantly with a coup de pied and then a jab of his own. Okay? And then I come right back with the jab cross, tie kick. Okay? Let's see this slow. Hook it this time, okay? So, other side. One more time. Okay. And one more time. Okay, once you've got an idea of breaking the drills down, first with the punches, then their kicks, then adding some of the traps, and then putting it all together a little bit by defining what you're going to do. Later, what you want to kind of do is start freestyling a little bit and moving around. So all that means is that I'm going to initiate, Clay's going to counter, and then I'm going to finish. Now I could initiate with any set of punches or kicks. He counters back with either 1 or 2 depending on the spacing, and then I come back with 1, 2, or 3. So you're going to notice, you can see all different kinds of kicks, all different kinds of punches, a few different timings as we just kind of move around and play with each other. So it's really a little bit like a coordinated dance. The other person has to be really aware as to what's happening, much like in a fight, that they have to be able to react to the drill. So no longer is it set in stone. I could be doing jab, cross, hook. I could do jab, tie kick. I could do round kick. You know, I could come in a single, a double, or a triple. It doesn't matter. And he can come back with a single or a double in his counters, okay? And it's always that I go, he goes, I go idea, okay? Okay, this time we're going to look at round 2 freestyle, except this time instead of just me initiating, my partner can initiate too. So we both can initiate. If he initiates, I have to counter him back right away. That's what I'm looking to do. If I initiate, I'm looking for his counter so I can counter it back. You guys follow what I'm saying? So it really makes you really alive and aware with regards to the person attacking you and you looking for your attacks to come in as well. Now the cool thing about this, guys, this is where I want you to try to really express yourself and express your techniques. The ones that you enjoy, that come out easier for you. Let them come out, play with different things, and then you'll discover new weapons that you may have that you don't know, okay? Here we go. Okay, this time in the partner drills, as you can see, we swapped our gloves out from our kickboxing gloves, our dragon style, we call them kickboxing gloves, the Bruce Lee ones, to our MMA gloves, so that we have some more windows and openings for some trapping. So now I can initiate, he can initiate, we can trap, you might see some counter traps, just see the flow again. Now you'll start to see how it's all built in, all right? Take a look. That's the idea. You see, trapping opens up a whole new game. Okay, let's take another look at it. Trapping, kicking, punching, blasting, everything together. We'll start this one off nice and slow.